What's going on YouTube? It's Matty with Fusaro Fitness, and hopefully you can hear and see me okay. I want to do a video today talking about how to fix one area of the squat. A lot of people tell me that they have the problem with what's known as a valgus collapse, or when the knees collapse in. And we have some corrective exercises you could do to strengthen the hip abductors and the glutes in order to make it so that your knees track outward during the squat. Alright, so you may have seen videos by other YouTubers already talking about cues and tips in order to correct the squat. What I'm just going to do here is give you some exercises you can implement in order to correct some of these imbalances. So what you see there is a pretty good looking squat. Knees are forced outward, tracking over the toes, and what I'm going to demonstrate here is what I mean by knee valgus or knee collapse. Notice on the concentric portion of the squat, my knees start caving in. This knee collapse or knee valgus can be the result of many different things, most often insufficient hip strength or inadequate ankle dorsiflexion mobility. This video here is mainly going to focus on the hips and the glutes and different corrective exercises you can use, but check out Bryce Lewis's channel where he gives a lot of good mobility tips for the ankle. Alright, so first exercise we're going to demonstrate here is known as a goblet squat. It's typically done with a kettlebell, but a heavy medicine ball or a dumbbell held vertically will work as well. You want to keep the object you're using against your chest. Keep your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, flared out around 30 degrees. And what you're simply doing is sinking in between your legs and letting your elbows push your knees outwards. Holding the weight is going to help you drop into the bottom portion of the squat. It's going to help you focus on the mechanics of the squat, such as thoracic extension, really keeping that torso extended, the chest upright, and ensuring that the knees are tracking over the toes. Alright, so next up we're demonstrating the side lying clam exercise. This is also known as a lying hip abduction, and that's also known as abduction. Abduction, think about it like you're being abducted and you're going away from your body, the opposite of adduction or adduction. So what we're doing here is using a mini band, which you can purchase online. I'll have the links in the description box below. Posting one foot off of another and just performing hip abduction. So what we're doing is opening the knees by contracting your glutes. Now where you position the band is going to be preference. I like it slightly above the kneecap. Some people like it on the knee, some people like it slightly below. But notice, I'm a big fan of kinesthetics. I am touching my glute to make sure that it is being activated while performing this exercise. And what I'm demonstrating here is the wrong way to do it. Notice how I am rolling onto my lower back and I'm no longer using my glutes in order to open up my knees. So you have to make sure that you stay in that side lying position and ensure that you are abducting from the hips in order to open up. This is another quick demonstration of side lying hip abduction that can be done. Again, touching the glutes to make sure that you are using them in order to lift that leg up. And this I'll show you the wrong way of doing it, which would be lifting your leg way too high, taking the stress off of the glutes, and even curling up using your obliques in order to open up those hips. So that's not what you want to do. Next up, we have some lateral band walks. So we're just going to place the mini band right in the middle of our foot. And this is great because it doesn't only focus on hip abduction, but also external rotation. So not really much to be shown here. Grab yourself an athletic stance, knees slightly bent, and just go ahead and perform lateral walks by forcing the toes outward and using the hips to separate those legs. So you will start to feel this in the glutes and it will start to burn. It's a great exercise to do prior to squatting as well. So again, notice the kinesthetic awareness. I am feeling the glutes to make sure they are working properly while also focusing on keeping those feet externally rotated. Alright, so we're running in for another demonstration here. Simply just banded squats. Put that mini band right above your kneecaps, or you can use a weightlifting belt if you like. This is just to help you consciously think of forcing those knees outward. So you can use a barbell, you can use your body weight, or you can use one of these body bars, and you're just performing a squat like normal and just forcing those knees outward. The band is going to want to bring them together, but it's your job to keep those knees apart, tracking over the toes. Alright, so hopefully those tips helped out. I got one more. We're going to call it the hip opener. So you're going to get yourself one of these bands. If you don't have one of these bands, it's okay, but they do help. So you can check out a website like Elite FTS and go for the medium band. It's light gray in color. This one's actually really heavy with a lot of tension. That's not what you want, but it's all I have right now. So you're going to take the band and we're going to place it around the small of our lower back and simply hook each end on each knee. And from there, what we could do before squatting is camp out in this position. If you find it difficult to stay in this position, you can hold on to a pole or something in front of you. Hold that pole and force your knees out, really thinking about opening up the hips and driving the knees outward so they're over your toes. And then from there, we can go against the wall, same position with the band, get as close as you can to the wall. And we're just gonna keep our feet up on the wall, and again, elbows on the inside of our knees, driving the knees outward. Again, we're trying to stretch this whole area and really open up the hips before we start squatting. So that's going to conclude this video. Hopefully you got something useful out of it. If you did, if you enjoyed this video, please like it by clicking that thumbs up button. That's really helping this channel out big time, and I appreciate it as always. If you'd like to see more videos like this, other tips and workout advice, just leave a comment down below. I'd be more than happy to get some of those out for you. And I'll have links in the description box to some other great YouTube videos talking about the squat and the hips, as well as the websites on where you can purchase the bands. So that's about it. Until next time, I appreciate your support, and we'll see you in the next video.